So I've had several people request that I make this video regarding if you've received your stimulus check and you've received too little, if you've received too much. Some people are still waiting to receive their stimulus checks, and some people have actually received a second stimulus check. So I'm going to break that down here in this video, and please stick around for the answer to your specific situation, because they are different. There are different answers to if you've received too little or too much, or if you've received a second check, or if you have not received it at all. So I'm going to break that down in this video. So here's what you need to know. First, very quickly, a little bit of context for you so that way we can clear up any confusion, and that is that there have been 4 stimulus packages that have been passed, phases 1, 2, 3, and 3.5. Now, amongst all of those packages, only one round of stimulus checks to households has gone out, and that was in phase 3, and it was called the CARES Act. So those are the checks that people are receiving. Now, there has not been a second round of stimulus checks that has been passed yet in phases, and we're expecting to see this in this 5th round that will be known as phase 4. There has been a lot proposed. We've seen a lot proposed from the Democrats. Emergency Money for the People Act, ABC Act. I've done videos on them. You've probably heard of them, one from Bernie Sanders. However, the only one that has made it to the Senate that was passed in the House is the HEROES Act. So we are waiting to find out, but just to clarify, there has not been a new second round of checks that you should be receiving. There's only been one, and that was from the CARES Act. Okay, so first let's talk about what you should have received and what if that amount came up short. So first of all, I'm sure you probably know, individuals making $75,000 or less should have received a check for $1,200. Married couples filing jointly should have received $2,400 if you made $150,000 or less. If you made over that, they take a little bit away, and then you were supposed to receive $500 per dependent under the age of 17 that you claimed on your taxes. Now, there have been mostly issues with people not receiving enough because of their dependents, not getting their $500 for their dependents and things like that. Now, you need to verify the rules of which you were supposed to receive the money, because a lot of people did not receive their amounts because child support wages were garnished from the stimulus checks. Okay, now if you check the rules and you find out that, no, I still did not receive the amount that I was supposed to, at this point, it's June of 2020, they're saying that you're going to need to hold on to that notice that you received. It's the 1444, and you're going to need to hold that and claim that on your taxes. So at this point, you're not going to be receiving that additional funds, but you can claim it on your taxes. So hold on to that form, and that's what you need to do if your stimulus check fell short. Next, the people that have received too much of a stimulus payment. Now, this happened a lot last week because there's a lot of people still waiting to receive their stimulus payments, and another round went out last week. And the biggest concern from people was, I received too much of a stimulus payment. And this came usually for, again, the dependents. People were supposed to receive $500 for the dependents, and they received $1,200 for the dependents. Well, what do you do if you got too much money in your stimulus check payment? Well, it states on the IRS website that there are no provisions in the law for repayment of payment. In other words, if you receive too much money and they made a mistake, congratulations, you got an extra little bonus and you do not need to pay it back. Hey, and if you like that, smash that like button. Now, there is another situation that arose especially last week during this new wave of payments that went out, and it was people that had already received direct deposits for their stimulus payments, and they actually received a second check. And there were also individuals who said that there is members of their family that have deceased, and those deceased members receive stimulus checks as well. Now, if this is the case, now I know that the IRS said that there are no provisions in the law that require repayment of payments. However, they said for these, they will require that you return those checks. So if you received a check, they want you to write void on it. They want you to write why you're sending it back. And there's specific instructions on the website as to where you need to send it to. Or if you have received a direct deposit or you already cashed it or spent it, they want you to write a personal check, send it to the U.S. Treasury, and in the description, they want you to write 2020 EIP with your social security number, and they want you to send it back. And again, there's specific instructions on what you need to do on the IRS website. But please, if you have received a second stimulus check, it is not an early Christmas. You need to make sure that you do not spend it, and you're gonna need to send that back. Now, if you are still waiting to receive that first round stimulant payment, first of all, I want to say I am sorry to hear that. It has been 2 months and there are still people waiting, and they're saying that chances are, if you have not received it yet, it's on its way. You just still have to wait. However, the good news is that a new wave, as I mentioned, went out last week, and they went out in the form of debit cards. Now, this is very important, okay? You're gonna be receiving a debit card in the mail. It's gonna be in a white plain envelope, and it's not gonna look like anything special. As a matter of fact, there's reports of people throwing it away because they thought it was a scam. But please do not throw it away. Open up your mail, take a look, and see inside if you find a blue debit card with American stars on it. This is how they are sending out these stimulus payments now, in the mail with these debit cards. So keep an eye out for that. They're still on their way. Hang in there. Now, to recap, there has only been one round of stimulus checks that have gone out from the 4 phases of stimulus that has been passed, and it is from the CARES Act Phase 3. Now, if you have received your payment already and you received too little, you need to go ahead and hold on to that $14.44 so that way you can claim it on your 2020 taxes. Now, if you have received too much, congratulations, you're in luck. You do not have to pay it back. Now, if you have received a second stimulus check or have received a check for somebody that is deceased, you're going to need to send that back, and there's instructions on the IRS website of what to do. They're going to go ahead and direct you as how to get that back to them, but do not spend it, do not cash it, because they want you to send it back. And lastly, if you are still waiting, it's going to come, it's on its way, just hang in there, and it's probably going to come in the form of a debit card. So that's a recap and what is going on with the stimulus payments as of today on June 2020. And again, as I mentioned, there has not been a second round of stimulus checks that has gone out. There have been 4 phases of the stimulus packages that have gone out, only one of which has included stimulus checks. However, right now the HEROES Act is being reviewed by the Senate. They said they're not going to pass it as is. They're not going to pass this $3 trillion bill. They may pass a modified version of it, or they may come up with an entirely new bill. And if that new bill includes a second round of stimulus checks, you will hear it here on my channel, because my channel here, I'm Steve, by the way, if you're new to the channel, and my channel is all about helping people build wealth, about the economy, and real estate investing. I'm a real estate investor, and my channel here is to help you guys get started in investing and with money. So if you like that, do me a favor, smash the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that way every time I upload videos you can be notified. And if you could do me a quick favor, smash that like button, because then YouTube will see that you like it and they'll share this video with other people. It'll help me out a ton. It'll just take a second. And also, if you'd like 2 free stocks right now, there's a link in the description below where you can download the WEBULL app. And when you download the app and fund your account with as little as $100, you get 2 free stocks, and one of which could be valued up to $1,400. Well, you guys, I hope this video was helpful. As I said, I will go ahead and keep you up to date on what's going on with the stimulus packages and the economy. Hope you enjoyed this video. God bless. This is Steve.